What's up, everybody? Myself, Damien, and Cam are here to talk about the new DC animated series, Batman Cape Crusader. And I think we can all agree here that DC just consecutively does not mess when it comes to animation, except those Ruby movies, but that's neither here or there.
Let's not talk about that, sir.
Oh, man. Just jumping right into this show, man. Like this, first off, I want to say I didn't even know. Like, I knew this was coming. I didn't know how they were going to do it, what it was going to be. I just knew Bruce Timm was behind it, and we all grew up with the Bruce Timm, the animated show, the first animated cartoon that had guns on TV. I think we could all agree with that. Like, yeah, all those other shows in the 90s, Spider-Man, X-Men, they all had the laser guns. Batman went hard, and they had the full 9mm right in your face. But here we are with Batman the Cape Crusader, which, like I said, I thought this was going to be like a from what they were talking originally, I thought this was going to be a like year one of the animated series, but this is a completely new reimagined show altogether. Before we get into all of the details of what this show is and what it's about, what did you guys think about the show? Like I said, what were your thoughts like going into it before you actually watched it?
Honestly, I didn't even know this was coming out. I remember there being a Batman Cape Crusader on like Audible. So I was thinking this was going to be another audio book format or like a podcast kind of thing. But when I saw it was animated, like you said, with Bruce Timm, I was in when I saw Bruce Timm. Like we said, growing up with it, we understood Batman the animated series. Right then and there, I'm like, this can't be bad. So right then and there, I was already hooked.
Yeah, I mean, same for me. When I found out Hamish Linklater was voicing Batman, I think that point was like, huh? Like, what's going on? I mean, he does a very, very convincing Batman Bruce Wayne in this. So, I mean, he does a great job. But when it originally came out, the news about this, I thought it was going to be like one of those like motion comics. I didn't think it was going to be a whole animated series. Right. But yeah, I liked it, man. They did a really good job. It was definitely different than what I expected it to allude to.
Yeah, I mean, shout out to the team for this. They definitely got us on this. I think the theme of this is, it feels kind of 1950s,
1940s, 50s, very noirish. Yeah. I thought to myself, if Spider-Man Noir series is anything like this, then we're gonna be fine. But I loved it. I loved the time, and I'm not a period piece person, so the fact that this was a period piece, I liked it. I really enjoyed it. And it wasn't hokey.
Feels old and modern at the same time, though.
Correct.
Yeah, it does.
It definitely didn't feel like it was like outdated. You know what I mean? Like, because it definitely,
like Adam West.
Right. And not at one point during the show, it never feels like it's not campy. I feel like it's a pretty serious show. And when I say, I don't think there was like any moment in the show where there really felt like there was like any levity, like, oh, this is funny, like, you know what I mean? Like, there was a couple scenes where like, okay, maybe a joke, but it's pretty serious. I mean, Batman, you talk about Gotham, you talk about corruption, and so on. So let's just start off with talking about the story. Like I said, without going into details, like I said, we get another reimagining of this story. We don't get to see Bruce Wayne's parents die for the 50th time on screen. It's alluded to. But I'm starting with you, Damien. What do you think about the overall, like, just the first season? Because we get 10 episodes of this show coming to Amazon Prime August 1st, by the way. What did you think about the overall story of this? Like, this is something that you was expecting to see?
No.
Did you feel like this was the same thing you've seen before, or what?
No, this was not the same thing I've seen before. What this reminded me of, and I may be on the island alone, this reminded me of the TV show Gotham in style and build up, but better because it actually has Batman. And just the portrayal of the characters. And for anyone that's going to watch this, you're going to get thrown for a loop in the first episode when it comes to characters. The characters you knew are not the characters that may pop up on this show, which I think is for the best. The reimaginings, like you said, Terrell. I love this entire series. I told y'all in the group chat, I was geeked. When I finished it, I was like, let's go. And I've been hard on DC, Ruby, talking to you. I've been hard on DC Crisis, but this one, thank you, Bruce Timm, for saving us, because man, this kept me in. It reminded me of the animated series in that same tone, but at the same token, it's like you said, it's old but modern, and it never once got boring. Even though there was some wild, like we said today, there was some wild shit in some of the episodes. Like, oh, okay, we're just doing that. All right, but it was enjoyable. And I gotta say, if you're a Batman fan, if you are a fan of detective series, if you're a fan of like the mafioso LA noir kind of thing, you will like this show because it has something for everyone, Batman notwithstanding. And what's your man's name, Cam? Linkletter?
Oh yeah, Hamish Linklater.
My man, I was looking for a new replacement for the late Kevin Conroy. I thought maybe Jason O'Meara could have been that person. Nah, him. I need this guy to voice this version of Batman because he takes the gruffness of Batman, the perpetual annoyance, but his Bruce Wayne, when he segues in between both, because we saw it in the episode, when he goes between Bruce to Batman, it's like, ooh, that's almost like a complete 180.
Yeah.
And I liked it. So far, what we're covering, loved every minute of it.
Yeah.
Cam?
Yeah, I would agree. I definitely loved all the 10 episodes that we got so far. I mean, all the different reiterations of, I wouldn't say classic villains, but villains that we know are in the history of Batman as far as, the detective comics. This series actually reminded me a lot of Gotham by Gaslight. Just seeing those reiterations of those classic characters that, we would think, okay, when you see it or we see this first episode start off, it reminds you much of the animated series. So I'm thinking like, okay, this is where we are right now. But just seeing the different dimensions or different, textures of these different characters, it just kind of added to it though, to be honest with you. And just to reiterate, Hamish Linklater does such a great job when he turns it on and off to go from Batman to Bruce Wayne. It's kind of crazy because like, even when he's talking to normal people that he would talk to in his normal outfit, I can't get away, obviously. It's like, bro, he knows you're Batman. You don't have to do the voice for him. Like, it's okay. You can just kind of just be yourself. But it gives a level of psyche to the Batman character too.
Yes.
That he cannot turn it off and on, that is really a different personality that's working within him, that I think Linklater really brings out of this character. So yeah, I think they did a great job, especially with the music too. Those dark, grungy scenes in the alley where you're like, oh, I think Batman about to pop up because you hear the music. Somebody in the shadows right now.
The mood is shifted. Yes,
exactly. So man, it was really good.
I tell you, Max dropped the ball, man, because they were supposed to get this show originally. I can't believe they were having a hard time shopping this around. Like, I'm really thinking about this. Like, what's the issue here? Was it a money thing or what? And don't think I forgot about y'all with Young Justice. I'm coming back to you with that. I need that one more season to finish this out. They definitely owe me. But yeah, like you said, I mean, this story is something else. Like I said, I didn't know what to expect from this. Like I said, I thought I was going to get just basically the Batman animated series, and there are numerous nods to Batman the animated series in this show. I mean, if your eyes are closed, you definitely can't miss it. Like, you definitely see it if you watch any of that show. Since we're dancing around the subject, let's jump right into the voice cast. Right, like, first of all, we got an all-star cast here. We got Hamish that we were talking. We got Haley Joe. We got Christina Ricci. We got Jamie Chung. We got Diedrich Bader, who's playing Harvey Dent in this, who's also played Batman in various other
media.
Yeah. We got Bumper Robinson, who's playing Lucius. We got Jason Watkins playing Alfred. I mean, just the cast alone. What do you? I mean, I feel like we've already said it, but what do you guys think about the cast so far that they introduced?
I'm usually harsh on voice actors, if you've watched my reviews here, but I gotta say, everybody knocked it out the park. Yeah. They did. An actor's job is supposed to elicit a response from you as a viewer, and especially in this medium where it's hard, where you don't see facials or body language. Everybody, from the bit characters to the ancillary characters that made you either love them, hate them, feel for them, and our main players. Everybody did a bang up job on this. By the way, whoever voiced Bullock, you're an asshole in all the best ways possible, right? So those two dudes, whoever voiced those two dudes, that was the best ways possible for me to hate somebody, and I loved it. So kudos to the voice cast. Kudos for them taking it seriously like it's an actual acting role, unlike some things I've seen.
Yeah.
Looking at you, Futurama season 12. We'll talk about that later on this network. They didn't mail it in, and you could tell. So I love the voice action.
Yeah, I would second that for sure. Honestly, I think a lot of the voice actors, I could not tell who was who, to be honest with you.
Yeah, that's what you
told me Christina Ricci is in it, and I'm like, who is she? What character was she in here? Because usually, you know, their normal voice, I'd be able to pick it up. But
right, and I had to do the same thing. Mm-hmm.
It was so the performances were so convincing that I really had to second guess. Wait, this is Hamish? Like, hold on, this Hamish Linklater? The guy I've seen in like all the quirky little shows and stuff. Like, there's no way. And it just kind of contests to, I mean, I guess their craft and what they can really do. When I guess you don't have full eyes on them, but you kind of close your eyes and kind of just experience the skill or the artwork that they're putting into it, though, which definitely showcased in here. But who was Christina Ricci, though? Who is she?
Catwoman.
No, I don't know if we're supposed to give that away.
No, it's not. It's in the trailer. Yeah,
okay.
Crazy. Yeah, great job though, all around, honestly, with the cast.
Yeah, I think for me, I don't know what Hamish's regular voice is supposed to sound like. I've only seen him, like you said, in a few shows. Yeah. He's been in a lot of those Netflix like horror movie shows.
Yeah.
Recently he's been mostly vampire, but I did not know that was him. Like you said, we were talking about the Bruce Wayne and the Batman thing and various conversations where like he's in the back of the car and he like goes like he just slips right back into it like it's so easy. Like, that's a different character. Like it's crazy, but like you said, the psychology behind it, I could tell like whoever the director was for this show, like the voice director, had a lot to do with like, okay, getting into the psychology of a lot of these characters. Like a lot of these people are like smart characters that had a bad day and all they're super villains, you know what I mean? Like, so like you start to hear it slowly but surely change as the show goes on, as they reveal their true selves and they become different characters. They're talking different, they sound different, you know what I mean? Like it's a lot. The voice acting is just amazing. Like I said, I know we're so used to Andrea Romano, you know, voice acting, directing every single DC piece of animation there is that is out there. But yeah, man, oh man.
This was done by Christina Soda, who also did Justice League Dark Apocalypse and Harley Quinn.
The new Harley Quinn show?
Yeah.
Okay.
So she has history.
Okay. Yeah. So let's talk about it, right? Like the category of the action in this show. You know, not just the action, but of course the choreography of like how everything is done. I thought they did a really good job of like really showing hands getting thrown in this show.
Yeah,
like you see punches get thrown. What are you guys' thoughts on this?
I loved it. It was like we said, Cam said gritty, and this was gritty. The fights, the brawls, the guns. Like I want to bust out my yeah impersonation, like a 1930s gangster, because all of it was realistic. I mean, we have superhero movies, right? We're all marveled out, some of us are, but this was real. Even the villains seem realistic. It wasn't too campy, it wasn't too fake. When people were getting punched, they was throwing 2 pieces in a biscuit and some fries with that, because man, some of these fights were bone breaking. Like you hear the snapping of certain limbs and ribs. More of this, please. Why can't more animated shows do this? Shit, why can't live action shows do this? But it was definitely good. The action was good, but it was necessary. It wasn't just action balls to the wall. Cam said it earlier. It was mood. It was dread. You didn't know what was going to happen in that dreary part of Gotham, because even the nice parts of Gotham looked freaking dreary. Yeah. And you can't trust anybody, not even old ladies or little kids, apparently, in Gotham. So if you like that kind of suspenseful action, you will like this show. Again, you will like this show.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, the series definitely gave you, there is a surprise around every corner type feel when you're watching it. Not knowing what was going to happen next or who, was, I'm not going to say allegiant to what side because it wasn't really like that, but you could tell who was going to do what most of the part in the show. But I would say that I think it kind of contests to Matt Reeves is associated with this one as well, right?
Yes, he is.
I think, and it kind of reminds me of the Batman as well. How it's very realistic. Like very okay. This could happen in this modern day age. They have this type of technology. And you didn't see really too much of that with the Batman character. It was more very much detective work as well as throwing hands as well. Like hand to hand combat. It wasn't like, all right, I'm about to go crazy with all these like gizmos and gadgets and I have Batman ice skates like George Clooney. It was like, all right, I'm right here. I'm Batman. We throwing hands. I'm going to sneak up on you in the dark, which I thought was really good though. It just got back to the basics, I think, of what Batman really is.
And like I said, I mean, this is also like Batman within his first little outing. You know what I mean? Right. So the R&D department is only going to go up from there. I mean, they kind of hint at, during the show, like money kind of being vested specifically towards that. But yeah, like I said, the fighting not being like the whatever of the story, but it you could really see not only, like I said, how clean the fights were, but like the forms that people were taking, like the different the boxing style that Batman did. He went, if you notice, he goes like different forms as he's fighting, like you say, throwing those two pieces. It was a couple scenes where he's just like going in. I'm thinking that usually like when they show cartoons, you see like a punch and they cut away. No, it was like a good like 10-second scene of him just wailing on the dude. And I was just like, yes, this is the show. This show feels like HBO Spawn. Like, this is supposed to be for us.
Yes, that's the vibes I got. It's same exact thing.
Dark. This doesn't feel like your kid friendly, Batman show. And I don't think the animated series to me feels kid friendly. If you watch that through adult lenses now, you see a lot of that stuff clear. Like the topic, the subject matter, stuff like that. I'm like, wow, they showed this on TV. This was on Fox. Like, oh, that's crazy. But no, this show pretty much throws it right at you. Like I said, you see how gritty these characters are, how slimy these mob dudes are. We get a different Batman, Bruce Wayne, like where he's almost kind of like an asshole a little bit. Like he's so, we see the story of like how Bruce Wayne, he joins whatever, he trains all over the world and stuff like that. But we see like a more like hyper focused Batman here. Like that's all he wants to all he wants to do is just take out criminals and stuff like that. But obviously as the show goes on, you start to see him come across a little bit more. But no, man, like I said, the fights are incredible. Man, how did we get into this? They're in the trailer, but some of the characters that, like I said, that we get, like I said, I don't want to spoil anything, but some of the reimaginings. One particular character in general that me and Cam was talking about was Lil Thick, and I really appreciate that. From the animators, we got the Incredibles animator for a brought back character.
Yeah, I think she was in the trailer too. She was in the trailer. So
okay, so yeah,
I was saying that. I'm like, I know exactly what you're talking about.
So Harleen is in the trailer. So she's Asian in this, and this is what we're talking about. Like reimagine, like certain characters you think are gonna be a certain way, or they're gonna appear to be the same origin story. That's not what you're getting at all. But no, we got a thick Harley Quinn, guys. What do we think about that?
I'm good with that, bro.
Good.
It's voiced by what's her face by I was gonna say Bulma from Dragon Ball Evolution. I mean Chi-Chi.
Is she really?
By Chi-Chi from Dragon Ball.
Jamie Chung.
Oh really? Wow.
Yeah.
The Real World alumnus. So it's an Asian actress voicing an Asian character.
Confirmed.
Inclusion.
Yeah, now that they're really hammering on it now. But what do you guys think about not going into too much whatever, but just
They're Harley
the
Quinn.
the new versions of these characters? Do you feel
I
like
loved it.
this is going to be something that fanboys are going to be pissed off about? Like, oh, they changed my favorite character. They,
Yes,
Yeah.
I mean, do you guys hating it, or you are
No.
feeling it?
I'm feeling it. They're gonna hate it. The fanboys are gonna be like, oh,
Yeah.
look what they did to this character in the first episode. You know that's coming for the
Right.
first episode. So I loved it. I love the reimaginings, even the subtle changes of certain characters who stayed the same, but there's subtle differences in their portrayals now. It gives it a fresh coat of paint that people like us who grew up with the animated series or even saw the Batman, the series, can say, oh, all right, like objectively say, we see this as different and it's okay. So I did not mind it at all.
Yeah. I mean, there's going to be people that hate it. I thought it was fresh. It was new. It was different. And I think it had to be done only because we've seen the animated series, right? We've got so many seasons of that. So it's like, why would this be important enough of a story to tell if there wasn't something different that kind of stood out between the two of them? It kind of would just go kind of by the wayside, like, oh, it's just new animation, it looks better, more flawless, we got new actors and actresses. That's would be the main reason people will want to go see it. But with these new iterations of the villains, as well as Batman and several other characters that are going to appear in the show, I think it's a reason for people to be able to or want to tune in, honestly, just to see like what are the changes, what are the differences between the two.
Yeah, you guys remember that that Batman show? It was another animated show. It didn't last long, but it was like a CGI version of.
It was on Cartoon Network, I think.
Yeah.
I think it was like I never
called
saw that.
That was where
was the Bat or Batman. The Batman.
Yeah, it was something like that. Yeah, it was that was where they decided like right off the break that they weren't going to use any original villains. Like every villain in that show was somebody that was like a BC level villain that Batman that you would never see on a regular basis. And I thought that was a really good show. It got canceled, but kind of reminded me of that show a little bit with how like they're choosing to go about using some of the villains in the show. But like I said, pretty good. The music, like Cam was saying earlier, is a big driving force of the show. From the opening, I mean, the opening feels like the right tone of this entire show. It has like that, like you said, that noir feel to it. It definitely sets you up for kind of what you're getting yourself into. Car bombings, Tommy guns, speed guns, stuff like that. What did you guys think about this new sound to Batman?
I thought it was what Zack Snyder was trying to do in the beginning of when Batman appeared in Justice League. This is what he was trying to do. This is the sound he wanted to have in the film. Sorry, Zack Snyder. I love Justice League, but I'm just saying, in his mind, this is what he wanted it to sound like, and this was like the perfect, I guess, composition to be able to showcase the darkness and also the terror that Batman enforces in people, lurking in the shadows, though. But I thought they did a great job. I mean, just giving us exactly in our minds what we wanted, because obviously we can't tell them what to play, right? I don't know how to compose a orchestral piece to be able to make Batman come to life, but I think they did an awesome job, man. I think this is definitely something we're going to look forward to in the future with the sound of the show.
I'll say this from the opening stanza of the opening credits, even to the end of the credits. If you want to say something sounds perfect for the time and the theme and the mood, it would be this soundtrack. I dare use the word sexy because some of it's a little hubba hubba, how you doing? And in all the best ways possible. And whoever the sound team is, kudos to them for realizing, okay, you see the animations, I need to come up with something that fits what I'm looking at, right? Typically, it's the animation first and then the sound. So, wow, like they really hit all the, pardon the pun, all the notes that need to be hit to bring that to life. Even when Batman's interacting with Gotham PD, right? Friend or foe kind of thing. There's still a sense of like, again, dread or what's going to go down here with the cops and Batman right now? Yeah. And we don't know. And even as the series continues on, the later episodes where, certain people move around in positions and jobs, and the mood between the cops themselves, like who's on the take, who's a good cop. You know, we're still being built up with that when it comes to the music. Again, fuck you, Bullock, by the way.
Doesn't it like really? It's part of my head. Like the show kind of gives you that Batman Begins feel. Like,
yes.
Like how that was kind of where they really was hammering down on like the I guess like the mob scene where this show really like leans into.
Yeah.
Like yeah, it's good. But yeah, you said the music. Sorry.
Oh yeah, no, the music was perfectly set to what we were watching. So there is at one point there was no era where I'm thinking this doesn't go. I kept thinking this is great. And the end credits, I typically don't stay for end credits. I just go next episode.
Yeah.
But even these end credits, chef's kiss in my opinion. So loved it.
I would definitely love to help because I was definitely looking at those too, like okay, like little clues and stuff like that, or like just whatever about whatever the episode was, like you'll be in Commissioner Gordon's office or whatever it was. It was really 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 well done. Like I said,
can we talk about that for a second? Yeah. About Commissioner Gordon, his portrayal.
Yeah, I don't know who the actor was for him. I keep trying to find it. Yeah, I could not find it.
I love the performance. I loved what they did with Gordon from the animation. Y'all find out. Y'all see what it is. But the animation. Oh, it's Eric Morgan Stewart voiced Commissioner Gordon.
Okay.
But man, him and Barbara, just their interactions as father and daughter. Barbara's a bit of a badass. Like, oh my God, the whole Gordon family. You ain't messing with them. Let's just put it that way. No. Okay, they know how to take care of themselves. They survived Gotham. Love their portrayals. Loved it.
Yeah. I thought it was a newer take of Detective Gordon from what we know about him. But I like the dynamical relationship between him and his daughter, as well as he's trying to still be protective, but at the same time trying to let her go out on her own and kind of do her own thing, which has been always the ongoing story for Barbara and her dad through this whole entire time. So I thought that was great to showcase that again, because as fathers, you're always going to want to be protective of your kids, boys or girls, whoever it is. But through and through, it kind of just showcased through the show.
It definitely was. I like that they took them and put them on the opposite side of the coin too.
Right.
What I mean? Like he's the one locking them up. She's now a lawyer.
Yeah.
Whereas though every iteration of Barbara we've gotten has been like she's been like a college student or she's super smart, tech Barbara Gordon and stuff like that. So like I said, seeing that is definitely interesting. And they about the I think the Commissioner Gordon is officially about to get Nick Fury. I don't think he's ever going to be white again.
I wanted that to be a surprise, man. I want the audience to be surprised by that. Oh, he's gonna get Nick Fury. I want him to be Nick Fury now because man, that was great. The first words out of my mouth since you let the cat out of the bag, I was like, "Oh, he's black." I'm like, "Yes, I love this already." Like, I can't wait for the vitriol that's gonna come from this. But no, the dynamic of Commissioner Gordon, which. Remember, this is the early stanza of the Batman career, right? This isn't necessarily Batman year 1. It might be Batman month 6. How I got from this. Right? It's still early. So Gordon has always been at first an uneasy ally of the Batman. And at points as the series went on for season 1, you saw that progression. You saw it from to I trust you. And the way it's played out, it isn't done so quickly where you're like, well, we got from point A to point B very fast. No, we took the roundabout, the slow lane to get there, and then to rope in Barbara, who has her own issues with Batman, right, throughout the series. So, again, audience, I am sorry. I'm going to spoil my rating. It's a fucking 10. I'm sorry. This show was a 10. And if you don't like it, we need to have words in the comments down below. So I'll go ahead, Terrell. I'm sorry. This is a perfect fucking show.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. My only, and I guess we get to the wrap up phase of this. My only.
We don't have to. I just want to let the audience know I'm that geeked up about it. Like,
my only issue with it, and I guess I don't want to spoil anything, is they kind of do. you guys probably gonna know where I'm talking about. They kind of have like that early Marvel Phase 1 thing with the villains going on here, and I'm kind of concerned about that because we're taking pieces off the board.
I know what you want.
Yeah,
I know what you mean.
Like, yeah, and I'm like, okay. So, like I said, as the show hit everything. Like I said, Chef's Kiss, like it was really, really good. Every category. I mean, they took their time with this. They knew they wanted to be something different, and it absolutely was. I mean, like I said, I know everybody's nostalgic for the old voices. You know, rest in peace to my man Kevin, but I think we could pass the torch on this. Like you said, this is really, really good. Really, really good. Sorry, Cam.
Yeah, no. I was gonna say, Detective Gordon is never not gonna be black from now on. This is it. we got what's my man Jeffrey? Jeffrey Wright, right? Black Gordon, animated Black Gordon. That's it.
Oh
that's
yeah, that works now. Yeah, no, it's
you
good
got
now.
two. That's it. We're just going keep on going until somebody messes something up, and then we'll be switched back. But no, I think the series was really, really good. They did such a great job. I think my only gripe in it as well is probably close to what Terrell said. I mean, it's hard to see where we're going to be going or how many seasons we can go if it
early Marvel
continues to go how season 1 went. You know, we like, we running out. Like, who can we pick up now?
They got picks for that. They got picks for that in Batman.
I know, and I'm hoping so. I would love to see more people aligning with Batman. I'll say that. I'm not going to say exactly what, but we can kind of allude to it. But I would like to see more, turn into a Bat team eventually one day.
The Bat family.
As the season goes on and stuff like that. Not the season, but as more seasons come along and stuff. But yeah, I think it's a good series, and I think a lot of people are actually going to be really surprised when they check this one out.
And also, I'll leave on this: the relationship between Bruce and Alfred. As the series goes on, that's an interesting dynamic when you really think about it. It's like, okay, this is different. It's a different take.
Very.
And Alfred's still Alfred, but their relationship is very intriguing.
I definitely agree with you because me and Cam had comments throughout, like, a little disrespectful there. Like,
what's wrong with him?
Alfred feels more like a tool in his thing than he does an actual family member.
Right.
Like he feels more of a tool to his means to an end than an actual family member in this show.
Yeah. You know that meme that's like, "You're not my dad." That's what it reminds me of when I think of this one. I'm like, young
that's
Bruce.
Exactly it. That's a good one. You're not my dad. Because he's dead.
But look, guys, as you heard it from all three of us, this show is a 10 out of 10. It's amazing. It is definitely worth the watch. I am very curious as if because I don't know if Prime is going to release this all at once or is it week to week. I say go week to week with it.
Yeah.
Just because of how the episodes are built up, I say go week to week, but they're probably going to release it all at once. So I'm definitely going to look more into that and see if they're going to do. By the time you watch this, you'll probably be all out. But
all out. Yeah.
But like I said, good show. Hit every category down the board, out the park. Like I said, I mean, this stands on its own outside of the animated series. That's still a stellar show. But this is going to be, this is definitely going to be its own thing, and I hope to see this get more seasons as we allude to. Yeah, so we'll see what happens next. Anything else you guys want to say?
No, just enjoy this for what it is. Yeah. Can I just I beg you guys, don't compare it to the animated series, even though Bruce Timm is involved. Watch it as a standalone. And then you could talk about Gotham, you could talk about Justice, not to borrow that phrase, but just the show itself from beginning to end. It grips you and it doesn't let you go. And even when you think you're going to get let go, you're not. You're brought right back into the fold. So just watch this on its own. Don't compare it to the animated series. And I'm going to say it. I want Homage to be the full-time Batman voice actor after the passing of Kevin Conroy. We have found our new Batman.
Yeah.
Let's stay with it.
Yeah. I agree. I mean, the only reason that he wouldn't have this job anymore is if he didn't want it, to be honest with you, because he does such a great job captivating what we think when we think of Batman. So yeah, enjoy, everybody at home. It's a great series.
5 seasons of the movie. Let's get it going.
Let's get it going. Bring back the Phantasm. Let's go.
Yes. But on that note, guys, we'll see you. Leave us a comment below. Let us know what you thought. You know where we all are. You watch these channels. And on that note, like I said, we will see you guys later with another review. See you.
Ramifications.